Welcome to another episode of the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, a program that beams its searchlight on Nigeria's agricultural sector, highlighting its potentials and the efforts of government and other relevant stakeholders to develop it. I am your regular host, Gabriel Ojile. While a lot of research has been made to increase production of food, effort has also been made in ensuring post-harvest management of agricultural produce in Nigeria. The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute, NSPRI, has developed quite a lot of technologies, even as the modern ministry has initiated other projects ranging from storage facilities to rural road infrastructure to ensure easy transport of products to the market, all towards post-harvest management. The program commences fully after this short break with news from around Nigeria's agricultural sector. Keep watching.
Ensure that we provide the necessary policy direction that will truly position agriculture as the mainstay of our economy.
The federal government is removing obstacles and offering opportunities for self-employment, wealth creation, and food security in the Nigeria's agricultural sector.
Think farming, think agriculture.
Watch Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria, showing on NTA Fridays at 8:30 p.m.
In our lineup tonight, China builds and handovers agricultural demonstration center to Nigeria. Also, Islamic Organization for Food Security holds regional workshop to enhance food security. Stay tuned for details. In an effort to support agricultural production and processing in Nigeria, the Chinese government has built and delivered an agricultural demonstration center to the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. The China Aid Agricultural Development Center has modern facilities such as tractors, processing machines in its Agricultural Technology Training Center, Agricultural Research and Service Center, Agro-Input and Machinery Exhibition Center, Small-Scale Agro-Processing Exhibition Center, Photovoltaic Pump Water Saving Irrigation Center, Farmland Demonstration Center, dams, among others. Speaking during the handover ceremony in Buhari Area Council of Abuja, where the project was built, the Chinese ambassador to Nigeria stated that China and Nigeria have a lot in common, and his country has great plans to further support Nigeria and enhance mutual benefits for the two countries. The facility was received on behalf of the federal government by the Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Mustafa Baba Sheuri, who was represented by Director of Rural Development, Udo Daniel. He appreciated the China ambassador to Nigeria and the Chinese companies that carried out the project and pledged further cooperation and proper utilization of the facilities.
Distinguished guests, the objectives of this project is to provide and transfer advanced technology to the Nigerian youth as an enterprise. It is hoped that the center will train local farmers using an advanced technology to enhance their productivity and well-being. In addition, the center will be fully integrated with local agricultural production to enable agricultural technicians adopt faster.
Relevant documents to consolidate the partnership were signed even as the officials from both sides toured the facilities. The Islamic Organization for Food Security recently held a regional workshop in Abuja, Nigeria to enhance food security among member countries. Delivering a welcome address at the occasion, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ernest Afolabi Umahi, urged participants to come up with governance strategy on food security for the benefits of member states.
I want to advise the participants to pay attention to this regional training workshop, which has been syndicated to address cross-sectoral issues affecting food, agricultural development, and provide enduring solutions to the current challenges in the governance of food security in your respective countries. Indeed, the session is an avenue to exchange ideas and best practices for the benefit of every country member. Once again, I want to commend the Director General of the Islamic Organization for Food Security, His Excellency Professor Yalan Badalet. I sincerely appreciate the Secretary General of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and other technical partners that have made it possible for us to organize today's event.
In a keynote address delivered by the Director General of Islamic Organization for Food Security, Professor Yalan Badalet, stated that the workshop would, among other things, build capacity of government officers of the 13 member states to ensure food security.
Today, important event bring together more than 70 government officials from 13 member states. Today's event is being organized under the IFS Year of Africa with the key objective to build the capacity of government officials on basics and practices on strategic development, legislation improvement, creation of government intersectoral mechanisms, high-level council commissions on food security. It is to note that upon successful implementation of Year of Africa, the IFS will strengthen the support to programming activities in Africa under the Africa Food Security Initiative.
Speaking in an interview with journalists during the workshop, the Director of Federal Department of Agriculture, Abdullahi Garba Abubakar, stated that the Islamic Organization for Food Security has chosen Nigeria as a center of excellence in cassava production, and efforts are on in collaboration with the National Root Crop Research Institute, Umudike, to carry out projects based on cassava production.
Another proposal that is on the table, which we hope this workshop will ratify, is for us to have a strategic food reserve system. We want to have a hub of having grains and all sorts of food commodities that are going to be used by this West African region in Nigeria, so that it will be the hub where we can now distribute to other countries in the event of need. So all these are the informations we already have, and we have worked out all the strategies. We are just waiting for this workshop to ratify it.
Post-harvest management of agricultural produce is one of the aspects of agriculture that, if not properly managed, will constitute a threat to food security. Thankfully, the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute, NSPRI, is an institute that has a mandate on post-harvest management of agricultural produce. Our crew visited NSPRI some time ago to see what impact the institute has had in pursuing its mandate. We will take a look at some of her technologies in our next segment, Records of the FDA. Keep watching.
The Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute, NSPRI, is charged with the mandate to improve and maintain quality of perishable crops, improve and maintain quality of durable crops, improve and maintain the quality of tree crops, designing, fabricating and developing post-harvest equipment, conduct studies into the improvement of food storage structures, improvement into the primary processing methods of livestock products, improve the skills and build capacity in post-harvest technology through formal training of farmers, industrialists, food handlers, inspectors and extension workers in food preservation techniques, and create a database for published research findings and human resources directory in post-harvest science, among others.
Well, we conduct basic research. We also conduct applied research. Applied research in the sense that our stakeholders come with issues, problems, and so we talk about demand-driven research. So we conduct research under such situations to offer solutions to their problems. We also have experimental development, by which we also come about some innovations.
NSPRI, through its research and technology deployment, is changing the narrative of post-harvest losses through its technologies. NSPRI has designed an evaporative cooler system (ECS) to address the problem of storing perishables.
We have here our evaporative coolant system, because all our perishable crops must be impacted with cool storage under fresh storage condition. In this case, we have the evaporative coolant systems, which can be pot in pot, tin in pot, wall in wall, and metal in wall. They operate under the principle of cooling that follows evaporation. And here we can see, the storage of oranges in the ECS.
With storage, transportation, and marketing being important components of the agricultural value chain, the Institute has developed vegetable baskets, fish box, and plastic crates that are smooth, stackable, and ventilated for protected transportation over long distances. The cooling shed, or packing house as it is also called, is designed for the storage and preservation of yams and other tubers.
The yam barn has platforms on which we will layer our yam tubers. These are shelves, different from the traditional tying of yam tubers to stakes that results in injury. Also, the traditional yam barn is exposed to rodent attack. The yam barn is also a cooling space provided with the cooling shed. Now we layer the yam tubers that have been properly prepared according to the packing house operation.
True to its status as a pioneer research institute, it has an elaborate, well-equipped, world-class laboratory for its research works. The facilities within the laboratory are of international standard and give credibility to the technologies coming out of the place.
This is food quality laboratory, where we carry analysis to determine the first-made composition of our food.
The Institute's research results have gladly given birth to very effective, tested homegrown technologies that are being adopted within and outside Nigeria. For storage, the Institute designed, built and patented the improved inert atmosphere silos, an airtight physical artifact designed to fight against insect and microbial infestation in grain during storage. The NSPRI improved inert atmosphere silos can be built in tonnage capacities suitable for both big and smallholder farmers and has the following advantages. They are airtight, are operated without chemicals as against conventional ones, moisture migration cannot occur in them, they have the capacity to store seeds apart from grains for next planting season, and can store cowpea without insect infestation, what conventional silos can't do successfully.
Sometimes ago, the bean, the European country, they ban importation of our cowpea simply because of what? Because of a chemical that we have in the product. With this, the use of the technology doesn't involve the use of any chemical, whether synthetic or non-synthetic. And because of this, the issue of chemical residues in stored grain does not occur at all. If you take this one, there is no food poisoning.
Another intriguing storage facility developed by the Institute is the NSPRI hermetic steel drum. It is a non-chemical preservation system for dry durable products.
Airtight steel hermetic storage is effective for post-harvest reduction in dry durable products such as grains, pulses, roots, tubers, cereals, fruits, vegetables, livestock, and fisheries. And it also reduces the risk of pesticides and aflatoxin contaminations.
One product of pride for the Institute is the NSPRI dust, developed through its post-harvest research efforts.
The NSPRI dust, which is also patented, is a biopesticide for preservation of stored grains, and it's been patented, and it's currently awaiting NAFDAC registration. Yes, it's currently NAFDAC is under registration, awaiting NAFDAC approval, so that it can come into the market for the use of for preservation of grains, and that will go a long way to reduce the dependence on pesticides that have led to the rejection of our grains.
NSPRI's relentless team also carry out interventions at community levels through the solar tent dryers. The solar tent dryer is a multi-produce drying system that has stackable shelves on the inside for the products, with vents on the side sucking in air and expelling it through air expellers at the top of the tent. Another technology of pride from the NSPRI stable is the smoking kiln. It is a technology already patented and being adopted across West Africa. But what exactly does it do?
I stand with a smoking kiln, which I purchased from Nasu in Kwara State, and I've been using it for over some months now, and the work is very, very good, and we make our products and make smoking so easy.
There are various on-farm storage and drying systems developed by the Institute, such as the crib, to be used for storage and drying of freshly harvested unthreshed grains like maize and sorghum. The crib can be built using either steel, wood or mesh wire, bamboo, or with all farm materials depending on the financial capacity of the farmer.
The solar in terms of the productions of the wax.
During the 44th National Council of Agriculture and Rural Development, the National Store Products Research Institute took some of its products for display to the outside world. NSPRI had on display an ice fish box and dryer for fish preservation, a technology that will ameliorate the losses incurred by fish farmers, fishermen and fish sellers.
This is a NSPRI ice fish box. It's technology for storage of fish, fresh fish. We have fresh fish and the ice block. This can last up to 48 hours without any quality deterioration. We have fish, the fish that we have here now, presently, the fish has been kept here since Monday, that's about 2 days ago, and you can still see the quality of the fish. So the technology has provision for draining of the melted ice. So you raise it up and the water comes out if you have any melted ice from the box. For the smoking, we have an arrangement of 5 trays for drying. Then we have the oil collector. This collects the oil as the fish dries, and the oil moves through the tray to a point here where it could be collected into a container, and the oil can be used in the pharmaceutical company.
Aside the technologies for fish preservation, NSPRI also displayed good packaging techniques for fish, as well as its humidifier drums for the preservation of grains and other agricultural produce.
This is an example of the product from the smoking kiln, and we have the packaging for smoked fish. This is called composite packaging for smoked fish. You can see this is a combination of paper and polythene. So the paper prevents the light from getting access to the product, while we also have a window for people to see the product that you have in the packaging material. So, and it can hold the fish for up to 6 months.
The headquarters and the 6 outstations of the Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute across the country are open to farmers and other stakeholders who need to get the technologies produced, as well as receive advice on post-harvest management.
The program is transforming agriculture in Nigeria, and we have been reviewing the technological breakthroughs made by the Nigeria Stored Products Research Institute. There have been other innovations by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development in post-harvest management of agricultural produce in Nigeria. The Honorable Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, on 28th of November 2022, at the 5th edition of the PMB Administration Scorecard held in the Radio House, Abuja, presented series of impactful achievements of President Muhammadu Buhari in the area of managing post-harvest losses. Let's remind ourselves of what these additional efforts were. Keep watching.
One major intervention of the ministry to reduce post-harvest losses, create jobs and improve the livelihood of ordinary Nigerians is the establishment of special agro-processing industrial zones across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. This much was revealed by the minister during his briefing on the ministry's achievement from 2015 to 2022.
Mr. President launched the special agro-industrial processing zone last month. This is really a game changer. The SAPZ, for short, will not only ensure food and nutrition security, but also will create millions of jobs, will create wealth, reduce poverty, will also promote industrialization. What we are going to do with the SAPZ is to have industrial cities, if you will, where in one SAPZ, you will have the industries, you will have hospitals, you will even have schools, you will have residences. Around the SAPZ will be clusters of smallholder farmers especially that will be able to bring in their produce into the processing zone. So it's like one-stop shopping center.
The present administration has also made tremendous impact in rice value chain development to enhance production, processing and marketing. The ongoing construction of 10 large-scale integrated rice mills with the capacity to produce 320,000 metric tons per day in 10 locations across the country is one such initiative. This will increase rice processing, generate employment and the quality of the Nigerian rice.
Rice value chain, this is where I'm talking about the rice mills. There are 10 rice mills currently under construction. We just received additional intervention to complete them. One, this one you are seeing here is being already tested. This is the one at Kwali. And we have in Kano, we have in Niger, I think some of the states are there. We will be finishing those Ekiti, Ogun, Bayelsa, FCT, Adamawa, Jigawa. There are 10 of them across the country.
Meanwhile, a lot of damage is done due to poor infrastructure like roads. Rural communities where most of the farming is done have no access roads to sell their agricultural produce and lose a large percentage of their produce after harvest because they have no access to markets. The ministry has addressed some of these challenges through the provision of rural infrastructure, which include 1,460 kilometer earth roads constructed, 1,527 kilometers asphalt roads, rural electrification with 42,728 solar street lights installed, 34,500 kVA transformers also being provided for rural communities, installation of 2,861 motorized solar-powered boreholes and hand pumps, construction and rehabilitation of 113 rural markets across the country, retention of 6 food relief and price stability hubs, amongst other innovations.
Also, the construction of 133 rural markets. This is very critical, very crucial. So, wider roads so that farmers can bring their produce out to the market. Why build the market? Sometimes the market may be too far away from where some of these farmers are, may not have the capacity to be able to travel to go, or may even cause what we call post-harvest losses. So construction of markets is a very integral part of the rural development so that people can come close to the market from where they harvest their crops and be able to sell. And that in itself also is a way of creating economic centers, economic hubs.
Like I said at the beginning, managing post-harvest losses is the game changer when it comes to food security and wealth creation. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development has put a lot of machinery in motion to manage post-harvest losses through storage, processing, or access to markets. The National Stored Products Research Institute is complementing these efforts by developing local technologies that can make the difference in food storage and which farmers can take advantage of. Let's move agriculture to the next level by exploring these technologies. Join me again, same time, same station, next week for another interesting episode. I'm Gabriel Ojile. Enjoy the season and stay safe.